Dave,
Nick.
hey, let's try these new Mizuno drivers. Have you seen these yet?
I just saw them minutes before we did our fairway wood video.
Fantastic.
So I'm looking forward to hitting this as well.
You have the ST-Z.
Yes,
so
I
let
see
me
that.
tell you a little bit about that. You have the wave technology in the bottom, the sole of the club very near the leading edge.
Yep.
That is wider than it's ever been before and still a little bit lighter as well. So some of that weight's been able to be moved further back into the club head design. Yours also has some more carbon fiber on the bottom, which I find interesting. There's if you can sacrifice the gluing or the epoxy or just how you're going to get that on the head, you have a big advantage there on being able to move even more weight where you might want it as well.
Right.
So between that is a very neutral driver, and the MOI, which we just had Brad test real quick before we just started doing this, is 4,900 grams per centimeter squared, which is one of the most forgiving drivers that we've tested as well. And we mentioned it in the Fairway Woods video. If you want to watch that too, you'll see that in the link here somewhere below. That the progress that Mizuno has made over the years with their drivers in particular has been astounding. So if you're interested in a driver, I would tell you if I did not like this, but that looks awesome when I put it down on the ground. I want to get your first impressions here as well. But it's got, in addition to that, a couple other features. The very, very strong titanium face. So it will flex some with the wave technology on the bottom, but know that it also has a very strong rebound on this. So it should be really fast as well. So very forgiving, very straight, not a lot of bias towards drawing and fading. So for a good player or someone who already hits it straight, this is a home run to try for sure. And then one of my favorite features, which I've mentioned a few that were favorites already, the stock shaft in this is 45 inches.
Yeah.
Feel a little closer to what you're used to playing?
Much closer.
Yeah, exactly.
Much closer than some of the recent offerings.
Yeah,
not by Mizuno, but by other companies.
Right. Some other OEM offerings have gotten to where the clubs are closer to 46 inches, and there are some players on the PGA Tour who are starting to popularize that idea. But what we found through doing our club fittings is that the shorter the shaft is, to a point, the better performance and longer the hits really are because of the ability to hit the center of the face. So like in our testing, so far 44.5 has been the winner on average for driver distance from our students in the club fitting. So while the tour is going to start getting on this pop culture piece likely of longer, I'm all for that. They're probably able to hit the center of the face pretty frequently with no matter what shaft or length you're going to give them. But for your average guy, this is a really
I'm very
good option.
average. I fit in that category.
So put that thing down. Tell me what you think about it for the looks.
Yeah. Well, so I know that I fit to 44.5 inches, so right in that area you were talking about. So this compared to some other ones definitely feels a lot better in my hands right out of the gate. You know, we did just do the fairway wood video, so aesthetically matches the fairway wood very, very well. Looks great. The viewers of the fairway wood video heard me say I like the carbon fiber. You got even more of it here on this one.
Yeah, some carbon fiber and some titanium on the top of the head. So, I mean, it's a cool little black on black combo.
And it's, I mean, you know, this black shaft is just very slimming.
I like it. Right? The black looks good on you, Dave. And
feels good.
It's a good combination of head and shaft color, black and black. So I think that smoke is a really nice shaft, especially if you have some high ball speed.
See what it does.
Let's check this out. How'd you hit it?
Little toey.
Okay. Dave is exemplifying the point that we make quite often of watching humans hit golf balls, and determining which driver you want is not the best way to do it. Really, it's the measuring that we talked about and knowing the MOI and where the center of gravity is. But this is at least giving you an idea of the sound, and you hit that 318 off the toe, which
Toed
is
at 318, I'll take that.
Yep. It's only 60 yards offline though, so you're only on the next fairway.
I play a lot of parkland golf, Nick, so I can get away with that.
Pretty good launch though for your parkland courses. 14.6 and 2,300 RPMs. It's actually a good fit on the first try.
I got to be able to redeem myself here.
Pretty close to the center of the face vertically. Ooh.
That's redemption.
Did I hear a grunt on that one?
That's redemption.
I knew it.
I knew it at the top.
We'll talk about how far that one went, but while we're waiting for that ball to land, now you have the ST-X.
Okay.
All right, 45 inches again, very important. This is a draw bias driver. That went 331, 9, 10 feet offline.
Is that better? I couldn't tell.
I think it's better. Yeah,
okay.
It's definitely better than the Parkland first one. 45 inches, so it's a draw bias driver that gives you the best chance of hitting the club in its most useful place. The look itself isn't much different, but I forgot to show Eric this one. Hand me that thing back, thanks. So Eric, get a nice tight shot of this one. We've marked on here where the projected center, actually this is just the horizontal center of gravity, but it's telling you the story about where the sweet spot is on this club, or where you're most likely to hit it the farthest. It's slightly towards the heel of the club. Out of all the draw bias drivers, I still don't think it's over enough, but it is over much more than some of the other OEMs that we've tested here so far. So if you're looking for a driver that's likely to draw, this is a really good one. Basically, any shot that's hit on this side of the X that's planted on this club is acting like a toe hit and gives you some gear effect bias towards drawing. So that's why the draw bias drivers are moved over slightly. This is a really good version of that, and the center of gravity as well isn't super high on the face. So I think if you're looking for a draw bias driver that could go pretty far and spin relatively low, this could be a nice winner.
Clearly a draw bias driver is exactly what I need.
Judging by that first Parkland shot, I don't agree. Now, anyone could play this, even if you don't want to draw it.
Yeah.
My advice is just you aim it a 1/4 inch more in the heel, takes away the gearing effect that's being built into the driver, and you and I could go out there and play it, but we'd have to be really good at striking it there. Any toe hits just get really bad really fast. Same wave technology, allowing Dave to really rip up some ball speed. So he's got choices here. Either aim it more to the right because it's more draw bias, or hit it slightly in the heel. I like heel hits for most good players who are trying to avoid over curving instead of aiming more to the right. Composite crown on the top of that one. This is what Dave's really looking down at right here. So the metal leads right into the composite. That looks really nice and clean. Glossy black finish. He's got some composite on the toe, but less in the heel, because it's really not a place where you want to save any weight anyway. It's better for a draw bias driver to be heavier on this part of the club. So I think this one looks really good. I put it down. I wouldn't know that it's any more draw bias than anything else just by the look of it.
It definitely doesn't look it. So it still looks very, very traditional. Has a really good shape to the club head, and aesthetically pleasing.
I like what they did with the composite not running all the way up to the front of the face. That slight little fade into it really kind of makes the club head look larger going back from front to back, but not in a way that's intrusive or bad at all. It looks awesome that way. So I know this will be one of the drivers that I'm going to try, because I'm very curious about the ball speed from the WaveTech. That's been a popular feature in a lot of different drivers, and then this one just looks really good when I put it down on the ground.
Yeah, if you're in the market for a driver this year, you should at least consider this one.
Yes.
Maybe probably buy it. I just had a couple of 300+ yard misses, if that tells you anything. So I'm a fan.
It must be a good driver then.
It's got to be. I mean, to overcome whatever I got going on.
So if you want to try, be one of the first to try this, you certainly can. But I mean, you're going to have all summer long to test new clubs. This could be the one that you want to try. A great place to do that is to book a club fitting with your local GOLFTEC. Thanks, Bruce.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.